What's the deal, YouTube? It's your boy, Next Gen 720, and I am back with another video. Here it is, Next Gen 720, the creator of what's called Big Gamer Small Talk Podcast, the #1, I won't even say Xbox, but the #1 podcast on YouTube, the most entertaining, the best show it is around. Big Gamer Small Talk Podcast. If you want to support the crew in Big Gamer Small Talk Podcast, I'll leave a link down below. Every member of the podcast have the individual T-shirts, and you also have individual shirts from the actual whole group. Big shirts, iPhone cases, you name it, we got it. Coffee mugs for Big Gamer Small Talk. The link will be down below. Now, for the first time, really, Xbox fans are pissed off with Phil Spencer. I didn't do a video on it yesterday. Like I said, if you don't know, me and my family, we purchased a new home. So like I said, still doing that, getting that shit situated, you know what I mean? There's a movement soon, so you see the mess in the background, we tearing everything down, starting to box everything up. But it's not about that. Phil Spencer gave an interview with the GeekWire. And, you know, sometimes when you give an interview, some things that you can say can be taken out of context, I'm sorry. But anyway, I'm going to let you hear what Phil Spencer said, but some of the things that were said that Phil said that basically the Xbox One has lost to Sony, has lost to the PlayStation 4 this generation. They can't catch up, and Xbox fans are livid. But this is what Phil actually said. You guys can listen to it for yourself, and I'm going to give you my opinion on the whole thing. Hold on for 1 second.
Device where they might be playing, whether it's a game console on their television, their laptop, their phone, wherever they are. That's really helped us think more constructively about what Sony is and about what Nintendo is. And, you know, my biggest competitor, I've said it before, is kind of apathy, right? I have to earn every customer. I ship a product that is not supported by any file format, compatibility, or anything else. When we ship Halo 5 later this month, we're going to earn every one of those customers based on the quality of the product that we put on the screen. Minecraft's the same way. If we don't have 100% focus on that, then we're focusing on the wrong things.
Yeah. Okay, all that said, can you beat Sony this generation? I gotta ask.
You know, I don't know. You know, the length of the generation, they have a huge lead and they have a good product. I love the content, the games that line up that we have. One thing that probably I didn't realize as much as I should have when I started in this role was the impact that the launch had on our team here in Redmond, the Xbox team. Because it's easy to read the blogs and the sites and my Twitter feed and see what people, the customers, think of our brand and our product. But the team in Redmond took as much of a hit as the external community did around the launch. And, you know, and I sit back and I think about an org of thousands of people. You're down in the organization, and some words and some actions from executives kind of just trash all the work that you've done over the last 3 years, many weekends and nights. And you start to question, well, why am I doing this? Why am I working so hard when a few crass comments can actually position our product more directly than any work that the team was doing?
Are you referring to Jack Tretton from Sony in that press conference? Is that what you're referring to?
No, I'm talking about our own words. Our own words and things that we said.
Gotcha.
And
understood.
Regaining the team.
So that's basically the interviewer asked him, and it would all, you know, Phil's talking about the great things, you know, they're coming out Halo 5, of course, backwards compatibility, you know, Microsoft listening to the fans, yada, yada, yada. So the interviewer cut straight to the chase, like, hey, all that's well and good. Do you think you can, you know, beat Sony this generation? And basically, you know, if you listen to what he said, maybe I can rewind just a little bit, and we'll point out a few things here. Maybe did he say here?
Role was the impact that...
No. Listen to this.
Else, when we ship Halo 5 later this month, we're going to earn every one of those customers based on the quality of the product that we put on the screen. Minecraft's the same way. If we don't have 100% focus on that, then we're focusing on the wrong things.
Yeah. Okay, all that said, can you beat Sony this generation? I gotta ask.
Listen what he says.
I don't know. You know, the length of the generation.
The length in this generation. That says a lot that they're already gearing up for the next Xbox. This generation right here is not going to be a 9 to 10 generation. I'm sorry, 9 to 10 year like with the PlayStation 3 and the Xbox 360. Something that I said over and over again. We got 5, maybe 6 year. These new consoles will be out. The reason why is that because when these consoles launched, they were extremely anemic. Normally, but prime example, when the 360 came out and the PS3 came out, they had the top of the line GPUs that that you can buy, and that wasn't the case with the PS4 and the Xbox when they launched. They was already outdated and so far behind. If you don't know anything, consoles hold PCs back. But this is not what this is about, though. So I just want to let you know that he said it depends. They already have a huge lead, and and this, so far in this generation. And then you have this article here which says, Spencer, I don't know if the Xbox One can beat the PS4. It says here that Xbox chief Phil Spencer has admitted that he doesn't know whether Microsoft will be able to overtake Sony this generation, acknowledging the PS4 has a huge lead over the Xbox One. Asked whether Microsoft could beat Sony this gen during a panel at the 2015 GeekWire Summit, Spencer told the audience, I don't know. The length of the generation, again, like I said, this generation is not going to be that long. Sony have a huge lead and they have a good product. I love the content in the games lineup that we had. You heard what he said, and you see this article right here. And like I said, Xbox fans are livid. Don't get me wrong. Phil Spencer is a great guy, all about games. But this is something that I've had, and this is not a diss video or anything like that. I'm quite sure Phil may even see this video, or I know Aaron Greenberg may see it. I might even tag Aaron Greenberg in the thing or inbox it to him. It's not that Phil is a bad guy, but it's one thing that I've always said, that Microsoft, what they need to do is stop trying to make everyone love you. They're no matter what you do, and it's being real. I'm on PlayStation owner, but it's night and day. But I say it's all those opinions. Microsoft gave us free backwards compatibility. The way that Sony gives you backwards compatibility, you got to pay a fee every month for games that you may have already owned digitally. You understand? So it's like night and day. The things that Microsoft is, giving us. New update, new dashboard. We got Katana come, all these great things. And it still may not be enough to catch the PlayStation 4. You know what I mean? And whether you like I said before, with me, resolution is not a big deal. But resolution, this generation, has really been what really hurt Microsoft. It's perceived to be the weaker of the two consoles. Last generation, over 90% of the PlayStation 3 games was sub HD. They were 540p, 504, and they all were upscale, but we didn't talk about that. While the majority of the games on the Xbox 360 was 720p, and they were upscaled to, 1080p or whatever the case may be. And I don't really say, now Microsoft has this gaming vision. At first, it was more of this whole media hub, TV. We also got games, And they should have been, don't get me wrong. At the time, we didn't know about the DX12. We didn't, they talked about the cloud. And trust me, when DX12 comes, that whole resolution war thing, is going to be over. But, this is coming out right now. Like, if people are in the show me phase, we can talk about DX12. You can see all of these developers saying that, the benefits of DX12 instead of, you have these multi-core, i7 on machine, but still the way DirectX 11 and 10 and 9 was set up, only one core got to talk to the GPU. But with DirectX 12, all of the cores can converse with the GPU, and that frees up a lot of resources. You know what I mean? So once DX12 comes out and developers start to use, there are going to be no more 900p and 720p. Like we still dealing with the 720p shit. And to me, that hurt Microsoft more than anything. Sony doesn't have any big AAA exclusive. They're dependent on Star Wars Battlefront, Call of Duty. You know what? We're going to get the best Call of Duty. Ours is going to be 1080p. Now, last generation, it was the other way around. The 360 had the better of the multiplats. And what Sony fans did, they jumped up and down and screamed, hey, we got more exclusives. Now, the roles have changed. Now, Microsoft is saying, hey, we got more AAA exclusive. And now the Sony fans say, no, it's all about the multiplats. You know what I mean? Like, let's say, at the end of the day, I'm not saying they gimped out on the hardware, but now, knowing what we know now, the Xbox One was not supposed to come out in 2013. It was supposed to come out with Windows 10 and DX12. 2016 and beyond, the Xbox One is going to be firing on all cylinders. And there's one thing I said also about Phil, he is too nice. All that you complimenting the competition, and you see these articles they put up. Now, I'll let you hear what Phil said, but then you still have these articles. Spencer, I don't know we can beat the PS4. It'll be, and they take these things for clicks. You know what I mean? Like, Phil, stop trying to be, I'm not saying you're going to be an asshole, but stop. Well, no matter what you say, Phil, what you do, they're going to find a way to tear you down. Now, I'll let you guys hear the article. I'll let you guys hear the interview on what he actually said about the Sony thing. But when you read these titles here, we don't know. The PS4 lead is so huge in this generation. And, we don't know we can, like, come on, you got Halo 5 coming. You know what I mean? Like, Microsoft hasn't released any actual numbers in a while, but the Xbox One is not selling bad by any means. It's not failing, It's not, If it was selling like the Wii U, Houston, we have a problem. But at the end of the day, there's one thing I can say about Don Matrick. He was more of, don't get me wrong, Phil is all about the gamers, which is good for us. But, Don was a businessman. You know what I mean? Like, he was a businessman. Now, mark my words on this. You can, like my man shows up and say, you can kiss the pony on this. The next Xbox that's going to come out, trust me, Sony's not going to be able to hold a candle to it. You know what I mean? Microsoft is going to bring, I guarantee you 4K or 8K will be the standard with the next Xbox, the next Xbox Infinity, whatever the case may be. Phil is too fucking nice. Now, you got Xbox fans wanting him fired. What do you mean we can't? Like, you understand? Whether or not Phil's, like, say they don't believe in these console wars or whatever, this is what sells consoles. You know what I mean? Word of mouth. Kids in the playground. My console was better than yours. We got this. That's just been going on since the days of the Atari and the ColecoVision, and it's never going to go anywhere. Never before has the internet had such a huge effect, I guess, like I said, when it came to these consoles and who buy what. This, like, you had these clickbait article, then you had the fanboys arguing. Like, this shit is crazy. I got like 1,000 tweets on my Twitter saying, oh, it's over, the console war is over. Bill Spencer has admitted defeat. Honestly, what determines who wins a comp is who makes the most money and who was more successful in that generation. Microsoft owns Havoc. Every game that you buy for your 90% of the games that you're going to buy for your PlayStation 4, guess what? Microsoft gets a cut. So if you wonder who won the generation, it's one who made the most money. You know what I mean? Sony's the one out there selling buildings to keep the lights on, not Microsoft. But, you know what I mean, Phil, stop talking to the media. Like you said, let the game speak for themselves. Because no matter what you do, Phil, they're going to take your words out of content and they're going to twist them around. This is your boy, Nexus. Oh, shit, I'm out of here.